Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be trying out some new makeup products, particularly this Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and then I also found the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and I've been dying to try this new Maybelline Master Strobing liquid. So these three are like the main focuses of this video, and then I also threw in a couple of other products that I only used once or twice, slash I gave you my little mini reviews about all the other products that I was using in this video as well. So if you guys are interested, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I've done is I've put a little bit of my Clean Slate primer from Tarte just around my T-zone and my nose area because I have huge pores there and I use that all the time. And the first product that I'm going to try out today is the Wet n Wild foundation. This is in the shade Golden Beige. This one says that it's medium warm. It looked like it was going to match my skin tone the best. They have quite a few shades of this new foundation. When I was at CVS, they had them all in stock. So I got to kind of like hold them up against my skin to see which one would have the best undertone for me. This one, although it says that it's warm, was pretty neutral compared to the other ones. The other ones were a little bit yellow or pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. I've just shaken it up, and it has a spatula applicator. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put a couple of stripes of it around my face, and let's see what the coverage is. I'm gonna blend this out with a damp beauty blender. I don't really like the smell of the foundation, just straight off the bat. It kind of smells like paint. I don't like that smell. Blends out really evenly and easily. I like that. The coverage is good. It's really canceling out the redness in my skin and around like a couple of breakouts that I have. And it's not a super flat matte finish. It's a very natural finish. I could see that it's setting on this side of my face and it looks very pretty. The color match is also very good to my skin color. Okay, so I want to build up a little bit more coverage just in my forehead area. Right now it's been giving me a bit of an issue. I've been breaking out on my forehead a bit. I've been really sick the past couple of weeks. So my skin has kind of been upset with me. Wow, this layers very nicely. You can build this up very well. It doesn't look cakey or heavy. Let's see if it color corrects this darkness I have on my eyes. This foundation is so good. I'm very impressed. I really like it a lot. What the heck? And it's not tacky at all. It's just completely set. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in light neutral. I'm just going to very light-handedly dot a little bit of this around my face, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my beauty blender. So if you guys have the Shape Tape Concealer, then you know that it kind of sets itself, it dries down. I don't want to say that it becomes a powder because it doesn't, but it does set itself very well. You don't need to set it with the powder because it's just such an amazing formula. It's very similar to the Wet n Wild foundation because they dry very similar, where you don't have to set it and it just looks amazing. So these two together I feel like are a great pair. It's a little bit harder to blend this out on my forehead, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, spray it just in the center of my face, and I'm going to go ahead and blend. And that helps to move the product a little bit easier. So the next thing that I want to try is by Maybelline. This is the Master Strobing Liquid. This is in the shade Light. This is an illuminating highlighter. I want to try and use this on the tops of my cheekbones and see what it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it straight from the tube, and I'm going to just dot a little bit on the highest points of my cheekbone. Let's see how easily it blends. This is the Morphe G39 brush. I love this brush for liquid illuminators. And I just go ahead and blend it. A little bit hard to blend over this foundation because it is not matte completely, but it has a matte feel to it. I put way too much on my nose, so I'm gonna take my beauty blender, which still has a little bit of foundation on it, and just blend that out. Yeah, it is a little bit hard to blend out over this foundation. I feel like maybe this would work better underneath this particular foundation, but I feel like it would look pretty over something that's a little bit more of a dewy finish foundation or a demi matte. It'll blend out a little bit easier, but because this foundation kind of sets to feel like a powder, it's hard to blend it out over top. The color is stunning. This is a beautiful product. You can see how illuminating it is. I love this. But over this foundation in particular, not the biggest fan. Next, I finally found one of Wet n Wild's powder highlighters in my CVS. This is in Precious Petals, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this over top of that liquid illuminator. It is very pretty. That is intense. I love this. And it was only like $6. I love that the highlight is very finely milled. There's no chunks of glitter. It doesn't look cheap. It looks like a high-end highlighter. I'm really appreciative of that, to finally have a good highlighter at the drugstore, because everyone knows that that's been a mission for years. For bronzer today, I'm gonna go with the Wet n Wild theme. I'm gonna use their Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This is in Caramel Toffee. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the bronzer shade. These powders are very pigmented, but they're also a bit powdery. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Yellow Banana shade as well, and I'm just going to place a little bit of this underneath my eyes to brighten. Next, for blush, I'm going to go ahead and use this Becca Blushed with the Light Blush palette, and I think I'm going to go for this shade here. This one is Wisteria, and I'm using that on a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this a little bit further back, and then whatever's left on the brush after that, a little bit on my apples of my cheeks. I've only used this blush palette twice, and I really like the formula of these blushes. They're very smooth, very pigmented, and they last a really long time. This palette is amazing. So next, I'm going to go in a little bit of a weird order here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys my current favorite lip combination, and then I'm going to work on my eyes. I just picked up this lip pencil the other day. This is MAC Strip Down, and I have been lining and filling in my lips with this, going in with a NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Barbara, and then topping that off with a Jouer gloss in Glisten. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. It's just such a pretty nude lip. So that's the lip done. It's stunning. And next I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this Sweet Peach palette on my eyes. The first thing I'm gonna do is take this Sonia Kashuk brush, and I am just going to set my lids with White Peach and Peaches and Cream mixed together. And the eyeshadow brush that I've been using for pretty much this entire look, I've been wearing it non-stop, is the dual-ended Anastasia brush that comes in their eyeshadow palettes. And I've been taking the fluffy end, and I've been starting with the shade Georgia. And I've just been plopping this in my upper crease area and kind of winging it out in the outer corner to create a bit of a cat eye effect. And then the other eye as well. And instead of dragging the shadow back down here, I kind of bring it up towards the front of my brow. And then what I've been doing is I've been taking a mixture of Summer Yum and Puree, same brush, a little bit lower, same shape, same idea. And then on the other end of the brush, I've been taking a little bit of Charmed, I'm Sure, mixed with these two browns as well. And I've been taking that on the lower lash line, and I've been bringing it up to connect it to what's going to be going on in this outer corner, but I like to kind of work on the lower lash line first, just so we can see the eye starting to kind of round off a little bit. And then I'm going to take a bit of Charmed, I'm Sure, and I'm just going to kind of pack this in the outer corners. And I kind of make like a diagonal line of the brown. Really messy, plop it on, and then blend it out. And then before I finish blending that out, I'm going to take a flat shader brush, if I could find one. I'm going to take this one by Zoeva. This is the 234. And I'm going to take Caramelized. And I'm just going to pack this right in the outer part, not all the way in the outer third of the eye, but just like right off the center of the lid. Right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out into the matte dark brown in the outer corner. With that same shader brush, I'm going to go in with Bellini, and I'm going to put that just right in the center. And I'm going to take that a little bit on the lower lash line. Now you can go ahead and add some mascara. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of nude liner in the waterline. You guys can use a brown or black as well. So now to add a little bit of hydration back into the skin, I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and just spray my face. And that's the final step for this makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me try out some new products and give you my thoughts of some other things throughout the video as well that I only used once or twice. If you guys want to see more of these trying new makeup videos, then let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to do them more often. Just let me know which products you guys would want to see. I'm really impressed with this Wet n Wild foundation, by the way. I think that this is going to be my new favorite drugstore foundation. It just looks absolutely beautiful, and it's very, very effortless. The only thing is that I think that if I was going to go and use this concealer again, I would work in sections because it dries pretty quickly. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.